Good afternoon. It is March 18th, 2026, and today we had a down day. So if you take a look at the daily chart, you know, we ticked higher and just set a trap. And I think it was pretty obvious that we were setting a trap, at least for the day. We could bounce and go higher, but it seemed pretty obvious. And here's yesterday and today. So we hit this measured move uh, of this range in the overnight, and then we made a lower high and just went all the way down to the bottom of the range where we bounced and went sideways a little bit, and then we created this second leg down, but it wasn't very convincing. So then when we went sideways, we keep making lower highs. I believe that high 38.75. High 38. Yeah, so this is a lower high. It almost matched this high, but we keep making lower highs and lower lows. It's you get real good at this stuff, you can, you know, take some trades where you don't know what the market's doing, but you get short at the highs of this range, your risk to reward is phenomenal. Um, and you would have gotten in on a very big move. So let's take a look at the 2700 tick chart. This was the move, a strong move up in the overnight, made double top, sold off, formed this wedge, bear flag, aka bull channel, and then we this was like a broad bear channel. We broke out to the low side, went sideways, got two bull legs up before another broad bear channel. We get the breakout. And I'll talk more about this breakout. It's a very good context for a bull breakout. But then we get, boom, straight selling after that. So let's make this larger. All right, so 5 o'clock comes in somewhere around this pullback. So I think you got to get short because, uh, here we are up here. And it just, look, this was just the buy climax. There's a tail on top, and then you got a lower high. So I think you got to figure out a way to get short up here. Maybe you enter with a limit order, and that gets you a phenomenal move. I don't really see anything I like in here, so to speak. Maybe, you know, I don't know. I maybe limit order at the top of the channel here. You don't want to that far away from the EMA. I don't think you want to do a market order, a stop market order. So, we're riding the low of this trend channel before we go sideways and get a break. Let's say right here, you get a higher low, boom, and we start forming this bull channel, and it looks like it's contracting. So expect a breakout. We break out to the low side, that fails. We test the height of that, and then we start making lower highs. So I was anticipating a second leg down, so I like this lower high. Uh, it looks like we're failing to go higher. That doesn't go too far, but then you get another lower high, and that gets you a nice move. And we break out and pull back trend line before making a second leg down. And you do, I see, get a second entry short right there. I think that's reasonable to take. Whoops. Turns out to be a range, and if you're looking to go long here, there's clearly support. Let's see, what time is that at? 7:50. How does this look on the Yeah, so okay, yeah. So this was actually, I mean, on the 17,000 tick chart, this was a phenomenal, in my opinion, setup. So, you have support right here from this previous swing, and then we get an II final flag setup. It ticks lower, and then we get a reversal bar closing on its high. What I really like about this is the distance to the EMA, and I love that setup. Um, so I really think you want to take this. So that's 756 that prints. This one's 750. So, if you can get in early, boom, but you might not be able to. And, what you might do is you might just look for the measure move of this range. So you break out, and you can see that it went a little further, but people pretty much took profits there. So yeah, maybe you consider this. You get the two legs up. That second one fails, and you get a lower high. And again, this is an area. So we're at 42.75. 42. Yeah, so you're right near the EMA. So if you get that lower high and you're expecting, let's say you're looking at the 17,000 tick chart, you're like, I don't think we're getting a second leg down or another leg down. That's a good place to get short. And it just turns out to be a broad bear channel. I don't really like anything in here. It's very, very sideways, a lot of dojis. But then, we're making lower highs and lower lows. So when you get the second entry short, I like that setup. And here it looks like, we're getting support. So I don't blame anybody if you go long here. Right here, you get double bottom and then lower low, decent signal bar. You get one, two, three legs up. This was a very good context for a bull breakout. I mean, it's a bear channel, so it's more likely to have a bull breakout. And on the 17,000 tick chart, where was this? Right here, right? I think it was above this. Let's look at the time. Started looking at it here at 10:51. So right here, yeah. Okay, so yeah, you get a strong bull bar. So you can bet that we're going back to the EMA, and that's where we go before it fails. And that was it. That was the top. So when you get this lower high, you don't like that this fails. That looks like a buy climax and exhaustion. Boom, lower high, take that. Failed second entry long, take that. You could really take these two, but it's just a lot of overlap. Test support, test resistance, test support, lower high, boom, we break out. You do get a second entry short right here. Maybe you consider that. And it's off to the races. That pretty much takes us to the end of the day. So uh, let's get one last look. Hope everyone had a good day. I'll be back tomorrow.